Welcome to Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Steph. Over the last year, I've really been getting into outdoor activities, specifically kayaking. And I now have 2 fold-up kayaks, and I needed a place to put them. And then I realized I have all this other gear, my camping gear and my hiking gear and food gear and all of that I needed one central location for. So today I'm going to show you how I turn this closet in my office into a storage location for all my outdoor gear. Let's do this.
This is the closet currently. I had already added some wall control for gear storage, and I had a plastic container for kayak gear, but there was no room to store my 2 kayaks, so it's time for an upgrade. First, I unloaded all the gear. A few years ago, I added these metal pipes to store plastic containers. I started by removing all of these. Once the flanges were removed, I started to patch all the holes. DAP lightweight spackling is my go-to. I did add one of the pipes and flanges to the top of the closet to store backpacks. Then I touched up the paint in the closet. Now it's time to make the shelves. We picked up a sheet of 4x8 plywood from the Home Depot and cut it to the dimensions of the closet. Our Makita track saw is our favorite tool for cutting down plywood sheets. When we cut on the ground, we have a piece of foam insulation underneath so we don't damage the floor. Then I cut the 1x2 wood down that will be used to support the plywood shelves. Next, Mom sanded the plywood. Then Mom painted the shelves white. Once that was dry, Mom added a mid-wax protective finish to the shelves. I'm using our laser level to make sure the shelves are nice and straight. I'm using our magnetic stud finder to find the first stud in the wall. I braced myself against the wall and drove in the first screw. On the sides, I didn't hit any studs, so I started with a small drill bit to mark the placement and then made bigger holes in the wall for wall anchors. Then I secured the side pieces in place. We put the first shelf on top and tested the placement of the kayak. We made these shelves 15 inches solely based on the height of the kayaks. We're using wood glue to secure the shelves. On top, we added some caulk to fill in the gap. Once we added the second shelf, I decided to add the top panel of wall control, and I started by covering the shelf so no drywall dust got on the freshly painted shelf. I added this top panel of wall control, and later I'll add 2 more panels on the side of the closet. With that installed, we added the second shelf. Mom added the glue, and then I brought the shelf in, and then we added the caulk. Here I added the side wall control panels and started to add the hooks. I also added some rubber coating to some of the hooks to protect the gear. This one fits my walking stick perfectly. Lastly, for fun, I cut out some vinyl letters on my Cricut Maker and added them to a piece of pallet wood. And here is the closet all done. You can see the 2 kayaks fit perfectly, and the top shelf holds some extra gear. The side panel holds my camping chair, table, and tent. This side holds some plastic containers with various items. The 3 bags on top are NRS mesh bags. The first one holds my sleeping bag and various soft camping items. The middle bag is my kayaking gear, including my life jacket, and the third holds all my dry bags. One of my favorite hooks is this U-shaped hook that I use to put my sit pad because it doesn't really have a good way of hooking it on, and it just fits perfectly within this hook. I also like these jars that have custom hooks that secure them to the pegboard. And I keep a little step stool next to the closet to access the items near the top of the closet. I also added some stickers by attaching them to magnets so I could put them anywhere on the wall control. And that's the closet.
What we learned. This closet in my house has actually been a lot of different things, and this room actually is a bedroom, so this would be a bedroom closet. So when I installed the 2 shelves at the bottom, I kept in mind, could this still be used as like a typical closet when I move out of my house one day? And I think it could be. I could still put a bar at the top to hang clothes from. So I did keep that in mind, so hopefully I won't have to remove the shelves when I move out. Now, we've showed wall control metal pegboard in a ton of projects because we love it, and it's perfect because we're actually brand ambassadors for wall control, so they keep us in stock of all the wall control that we need. And I love that it's so versatile so that you can change out the hooks when you get different products and need to hang other things on it. So wall control is definitely always at the top of my list when we're doing any kind of storage, organization project. We always seem to come up with a way of using wall control. And if you want to use wall control in your projects, be sure to use our discount code below for you to get a little discount on some awesome wall control. And we'll put a link to a playlist with all the wall control videos that we've made so far. And if you want to know more about this gear behind me, I actually have a YouTube channel called Hi, I'm Steph, and I share all my kayaking adventures and camping videos and things like that. And also Mom makes appearances. Mom has been getting into kayaking, so one of these kayaks is actually her kayak because she loves to kayak as well. So I'll put a link to that channel below, and if you want to see more projects from me and Mom, be sure to visit us at mother-daughter-projects.com. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye!